Hello out there. We're on the air. Gotcha. Happy Friday, folks. Happy just another day named Friday. Although Fridays are a little bit different around here, if you know what I mean. Welcome to another day, another episode, another edition. The Daily Bitcoin Journey. This show focuses on actionable and logical discussion for Bitcoiners and for future Bitcoiners out there. Everybody, all 8 billion people on this planet are future Bitcoiners. They just don't quite know it yet, but they will. They will very soon. So big shout out to everybody today on Rumble. Big shout out to everybody soon to be on Zapstream. Once we know. Today's show is called Shut Up. Shut up, guy in red hoodie and black hat. Oh, Lucky's wild and the family's going crazy today. So I had a cooler the other day, a big red cooler that I was chipping balls into in the yard. I'd just throw it in random spot. Oh, I actually just kind of left it in one spot and then I'd go around and chipped into it. And then I left it by the door. And I'm pretty sure that's what Lucky's playing with right now. Because there's probably 10 golf balls in that red cooler. And I think he's just going berserk in there right now. Causing a ruckus, you might say. Okay, let's tell the Zap stream. Let's tell Nostr that we're live. We can't leave out Nostr. That's for damn sure. Not for Fat Zap Friday, folks. We are live. Fat Zap Friday. LFG. All right, today's show is titled. Oh, nice. We got no internet. Sweet. Today's show is titled Inflation Only Affects Those Who Don't Understand Money. What? How is that possible? I thought inflation affected everybody. Well, we'll talk about it today. See what I got to say on it. So anyways, Rumble is there. Rumble's kind of weak this morning. Oh no, we're gaining some traction. 17 people, 3 likes. That is sad. That is the saddest thing I've seen all day today. We're pretty early into the day, so I don't have a whole lot of sample size. But so far, whoa, look at this. Letha is back. Letha makes up for it, though, with lack of likes over on Rumble. Letha Zap, 10K for Fat Zap Friday today. God bless Letha. God bless Letha. And Craig's here. Oh, my goodness. That's a sight for sore eyes. We got Letha and Craig. Big shout out to Craig, who had a little surgery yesterday. We'll call it a little surgery. I don't know how big or small it was, but we're going to call it a little one. He's a tough dude. And it sounds like I didn't have a chance to get through all the messages today, but it looked like Craig's on the mend. He overestimated his recovery time, although it's probably still early, so we shouldn't get too far ahead of ourselves. But big shout out to Craig for successful surgery yesterday by the sounds of it, and a little less time recovering by the sounds of it. So thank you, Craig. Thank you for being here, and thank you for everything. All righty, what do we got going on here, my friends? Killer 76 is here. Killer 76, the first chat of the day. Not to be too outdone by Samantha Nakamoto. Hi, Jor, Lucky, and Arnie. Morning, Samantha. Morning, Killer. Solar Satoshi says, good morning, gang. Finishing my final touches on a node that will be powered completely by solar. Take that, centralized power company. Love that. Love that. And Jerry was actually looking at it. He said he wanted to set up some solar mining in Vegas. That'd be a good spot for it, I would say. I'm not a weather expert, but I feel like Vegas would be a good spot for a solar Bitcoin miner, solar powered Bitcoin miner. And he was asking for help with it. And I was like, well, it would be no different than running a normal miner at your house, except the electricity would be coming from your solar unit versus plugging it into the wall. So that's pretty sweet. And I mean, for the name Solar Satoshis, it kind of makes sense that you'd be doing that. Cool. Very cool. Scotty's here. Good morning, Scotty. Good evening. Would you like a side of inflation with that money printing? No doubt. All right. I got to get, we'll see. We'll see how things go here. Joe Crum, trading my work for sats. Hope. Amen. Praetorian's here. Paulo, shout out from Italy. Cheers, man. Happy Friday. Moro's here. Moro, my man. And we got a couple fiat zaps over in Rumble. That's what I'm going to call them, fiat zaps. I like that because it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Although people who send zaps are directly to my Lightning wallet, people who send rants will be converted to Bitcoin either way. So they're fiat zaps. So thank you to Paulo. Sent in $1 and said, "Hey, Jor, sorry, been MIA, my friend, trying to work on my fitness during the live show." All right, that's okay. We're in support of that for sure. For sure. And I forgot to say good morning from the Central University of Northern Toronto. Cheers to you, my friends. I'm slamming this coffee. I might have 10 coffees today. Who knows? Too soon to say. Bitcoin Nurse is here. Good morning, the Bitcoin Nurse. What's up? Jake is here. Bonjour. Jake, I didn't know you're French. Are you French? Don't know. Joshua is here. Look at this. Morning, Rumble. Like, check, comment, check. See y'all on Nostr, eh? I don't see him on Nostr yet, but I'm sure we will. Sats and Sunsets checking in to like and say good morning, but can't stay. You son of a bitch. That's okay. I appreciate you checking in, and I appreciate the like over on Rumble. Buck52 is here. Good morning, Buck52, my man. All right, we got a couple more zaps here. Other than Letha and Craig, we got Scotty who sent in 99 sats and said, "Party over on Zapstream." Yeah, we get 20 people over there. I'd say that's pretty good. Pretty good party. And Samantha Nakamoto zapped 1,111 sats of a Live Free / Samantha Zap, and the Bitcoin Nurse over on Rumble and also on Zapstream zapped 420 sats. So shout out to everybody who celebrates 420 from the Bitcoin Nurse. Okay, so let's I missed a couple here. Sorry. We also got a fiat zap from Letha. So Letha not only zapping, but fiat zapping too. $1 with a cowboy hat. Thank you, Letha. Frumble. And we got Moro who said, fiat zap. I actually bought Apple gift card with Sats Bit Refill. This is $1 from it. Wow. That's badass. I used Bit Refill the other day. I should get you guys I don't know if anybody's actually signed up. I share links on here all the time, but I don't know if anybody's actually used my Bit Refill. Although here's a crazy story about Bit Refill. I talked about it one day on the show, and I was like a couple days later, I'm like, oh, I wonder if anybody signed up using my link. And my account was frozen. They thought I was spam because there's too many people signing up for Bit Refill with my link. They flagged me as spam. I couldn't believe it. I was like, you're welcome, dicks. So there's the Bit Refill link. Just in case you're not using it, you should be. I think you have to spend $200 and you get like $10 worth of free Bitcoin or something like that. I don't know what it is. I'm pretty bad with that stuff. The River link that I share, I should share that too, because there's been quite a few people signing up with River, which is great. About half the viewers here are from the US. So I feel like I need a good US, a couple good links in the US. So the River one, you can actually earn up to $100 worth of free Bitcoin using that link, which is pretty cool. So that's usually what I tell people is like, just sign up for it, buy a little bit of Bitcoin, see what your experience is like. And if you don't like it, then delete your account. But if you do, start using it. And you can get up to $100 for free, I believe, on that link to River. So that's for anybody in the US. I think the River's the best exchange in the US. And I could be wrong about that. Let me know if I'm wrong about that. I'm sure you will. But there it is. All right, what else do we have here, folks? What do we got going on? We got 2 Steps Aesthetics. Oh, man. Oh, I know who that is. Michael. You know, I thought about that the other day. I think I wrote it down, and then I thought about it one other time. So it burned into my brain now. 3 times is the trick. 2 Steps Aesthetics, Michael. Morning, buddy. Josh says, morning, YouTube. Comment and like for the algo only. Get on Nostr. You heard the man. Left a comment on Rumble, left a comment on YouTube, and telling you to go over to Nostr. I agree. Zenjamin says, good morning, Jordan. Living the futurers. Happy Friday. Check the couch for loose coins. Buy a few sats this weekend. It's pretty sound advice. Pretty sound advice. And if you're anything like me, there probably is some coins. There's either some coins, some golf tees, ball markers, or receipts in my couch. Solar Satoshi says, calling all Nosters in the chat. I want to follow you people. Mine. Screenshot and copy and paste from the gallery if you can directly from here. How would that work? How would that work? I don't know. Solar Satoshis. I might be able to find you on, that might be an easier way to do it. Might be able to find you on Primal. Hopefully I follow you. God, Nostr's just buzzing. That's one thing I've noticed lately is like pretty much how I start my day is I usually spend the first half hour, 45 minutes off my phone, usually read or go outside or whatever it is. And then I go into Primal. I check out their 24-hour trending posts. And I have noticed that they're getting a lot higher quality in there. Probably for the first couple months I was doing that, half the posts would be just good morning from people. But now there's a large variety of people talking about a large variety of different things on Nostr. It is a very interesting place to be right now. I'll tell you that for free. Okay, so I'm going to share my public key just in case anybody here is not following me over on the Nostr. So there's the public key, and I'm going to try to find Sats and Snow, not Sats and Sunsets, Solar Satoshis. I'm going to try to find Solar Satoshis on here and share their NPub. Is the Solar Satoshis on here? I don't see anything. Solar. Damn. I can't even copy and paste that. I can't even copy and paste that. It's why you need a community. Both Living in the Future and Maple Bitcoin have a little section where you can leave your NPubs, and I'm definitely going to have that on my new school community as well. So you can make a post with your NPub, and then everybody within the community can follow each other on there. Seems to work well. But there's the public key. Follow me, and then there's the Lightning address for you, just in case you're interested in supporting the channel. Okay. Let's get this off there. Let's get this off there. Is it Solar Satoshi? No. That's the brand that makes the miners. Solar Satoshi. All right. Let me know. I'm going to be right back. I gotta deal with something here real quick. Or sorry for the folks who just showed up there. Coming into the show and it's just a blank screen. What? Who is this idiot? Who is this idiot? Gray says, okay. So Gray, Living in the Future, says, thanks for meeting with me last week, Chief. Let me know if you get the sats. All right, let me know where you're sending them to, my friend. But yeah, it was awesome. Got to meet Gray last week. I love that option. I love the value for value option because I get to meet a lot of people and see a lot of faces outside of the chat, which is cool. Rod K for Freedom says, awesome. I got to catch you live. Had to take the day off work. Good way to spend it, my friend. Good way to spend it. And actually, I was going to start the show with this, but I completely forgot. But yesterday, and I still need to figure this out. But yesterday, I didn't have a show. I was on the road. I was doing a little filming for the Bitcoin golf tour yesterday. But anyways, I usually send a chat to the Living the Future and say, no show today or whatever. But I couldn't. My phone just wouldn't work. Would not work from the moment I left the house yesterday at 7 o'clock. I got home at about 8 o'clock. So what's that? 13 hours I was gone. And my phone did not work the entire time. I couldn't text people. I could call, though. That was the weird part. I couldn't text people. I could call, but I couldn't use anything else. Like I couldn't use YouTube. I couldn't use Signal. I couldn't use anything. Proton Mail. Don't know what happened. Still don't know what happened. So I couldn't tell people that I wasn't having a show yesterday. So I didn't mean to do that. It was just, it's still only when I'm connected to Wi-Fi it works. So I need to get that sorted out ASAP possible. ASAP is possible. Oh, okay. So Samantha says problem with your promo code. Gotcha. That's probably why nobody's used it. Classic. Look at this. Josh says, morning, Jor, Arnster, Luxter, and Letha. Remember, folks, elbows down. Don't buy into the anti-U.S. narrative, eh? Liberals are scum, always have and always will be. Remain free-willed. Amen to that, buddy. And sent in 8,888 sats. All right, what else we got in here? Bad Gal B says, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Bad Gal B. Says regular socials are boring. Move to Nostr. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not... we kind of moved away from the whole join Nostr because it's censorship resistant, I hope. Hopefully we moved out of that stage. And then we went to join Nostr because you can send Bitcoin around. You can tip people in Bitcoin and you can receive Bitcoin. And now I think the best thing is it's just interesting over there. Like Twitter is just a shit show. Twitter makes my blood pressure go up significantly every time I log into that app. And it's just like, it's just so toxic to me. And I've been kind of slowly moving away from Twitter. I took about a 3 or 4 month break completely from it. But now I do a little bit of Bitcoin stuff on there, not much. Probably 90% of my phone time is spent on Nostr just because it's way better. It's a way better experience. It's everybody's, I wouldn't say happier, but there's just more interesting things being discussed over there, especially if you're a Bitcoiner. And it's not all Bitcoin stuff either. I would say small portion of it is Bitcoin. There's a lot of accounts that talk about Bitcoin, obviously, because it's mostly Bitcoiners on there. But there's a lot of different things on there. It's the best by far. Rod says, do you know any way to recover your NPub? I got a new phone and lost it. Well, having your NPub wouldn't really help you too much. It would be more so your NSEC. That's what you would need. So no, there is no way to recover it. Just like Bitcoin. You gotta look after your public key and your private key for Nostr. Put them in a safe place. Grace says sent them to 88 sats at speed.app. All right. Let's check that out. I haven't been on there yet today. Okay, so a little mid-show shout out here to Letha, biggest zappeth of the dayeth so far. 10,000 sats. And Josh coming in number 2 with 8,888 sats. And can't forget Craig. 2,100 sats and recovering well. That's what we want. That's what we need. Because we got a lot of people to help, Craig. We can't have you down too long. You know what I mean? All right. What else we got going on here? Oh, Scotty says I could copy and paste from the chat and found Solar. Okay, so that maybe you can do that on. Where was that? That's on Rumble. Okay. I probably can too then. There it is. Scotty, you're right, man. You are right. So let me put this in there. Solar Satoshis. Okay. So here's Solar Satoshis, everybody. If you're on Rumble, you can actually add Solar Satoshis by copy and paste in their NPub over there, or you can just scan the QR code here and add them on Nostr. I'll leave this up for a couple seconds here. Ardman, maybe I'll do a little feature every day on one of the members of the community on Nostr. I think that'd be maybe a good idea. I got a couple different ideas I'm working on right now. Geofenced, what the heck does that mean, Ardman? Ardman reminds me of Nard Dog. Nard Dog from The Office. Ardman, Nard Dog. I don't know why. I barely noticed you had a Twitter. Yeah, I know. I don't spend too much time over there. Truth Social is the best. BTC Pleb, if you like Truth Social, you would love Nostr. I'll tell you that for free. If you like Truth Social, then you would absolutely love Nostr. It's like all the best parts about social media with less noise. Plus, you can send Bitcoin to each other instead of fake likes. Buck52 says, with no show yesterday, I went back in the archives and watched the show with Craig. So interesting. How did you find that, Buck52? I think Craig and I are going to be doing a little bit more shows together. Maybe not full shows, but we got a couple different things in the works right now for Bitcoin Citadel. I think is going to be very beneficial to the community here. So, yeah, how did you find that? I'm interested because I think that was just living the future, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure. WTF is Nostr. Oh, there you go. BTC Pleb. I guess you don't know if you don't know, hey? Isn't that what they say? Or is it if you know, you know? I don't know. If you don't know, you don't know. It's kind of the same thing, just a couple more words. All right. Sky says I am right. Yes, you are. Letha followed Solar Satoshi. All right. Oh, I still got it on the screen there. Hopefully everybody followed Solar Satoshi. Let me see if I can do it. See if it's working today. I need to update my Amethyst. They came out with a new update, apparently. How do I scan a QR? There it is. No, it's not working. Damn. Oh, well, I'll find you later, Solar Satoshi. Crumble. Crumble says 21K coming at your 88 sats wallet. Crumble's, if true, huge if true, they'll be in the mix for the Zap King today, which is a real honor on Fat Zap Friday of all days. The Zap King on Friday wears a different kind of crown. All right, let's see. Larry, what do we got here? Larry says, following you for some time now. Missed the boat so much. Was around real OGs back then and never catched Bitcoin. Never asked them even because I thought it can't be worth so much. They mine with GPUs. All right, let's see what else Larry's got to say here. Connected with one of them again some time ago, and he told me we're just getting started. Maybe just wanted me to smile again. Didn't get it for so long because consulted with a TradFi consultant expert. Yeah, that's not where you want to be. Larry says, your show is great. I like it. Watched hours of it already. Just the right attitude. Cheers, Larry. Larry, if you'd like the show, you would love the Living in the Future community. You should consider joining that. Or the new school one if you want to wait for that. It's coming soon. Coming very soon. All right, so I did in fact receive 2 zaps here. One from Gray, it looks like. One from Gray and one from Crumble. Love that. And we got to crown our somebody swooped in and took the Zap King from Josh yesterday. Ooh, I got a meeting today. Just got notified. I guess that's a signal to quit fucking around, Jor. What was I doing here? Zap King. Okay, let's get to some news here. Let's get to some stuff. Let's get to some meat and potatoes, as Ace Ventura said that one day. I'll have that going in the background here for the Zap King and the DCA. I haven't. Oh yeah, there it is. There's the DCA right there. Anyone want coffee? I'm guessing that was either Duncan or Scotty. Who was it? There it is, Scotty. Scotty boy. My man, Scotty. So we'll get to that as well right away. Right away. Okay, what should we start with here today? I thought this was kind of cool. While we're on the topic of Nostr, I thought this was pretty interesting to share today. Share this tab instead. So this is on Nostr this morning from Filu. Filu? Good morning. Ask Nostr, could this become the first ever property sale via Nostr? Please share for visibility. Small off-grid stone cottage in rural France. Okay, so we're going to look at, hold on, let me take this off. I want to have a little game here. Okay, so I'm going to show you the pictures here first. We're going to start with the pictures. Then we'll get to the description, and then we're going to try to guess how many sats this house is worth. And the closest guess is going to get 88 sats. How about that? And the prize of winning. So here's the pictures. This is the first, possibly the first ever house sale on Nostr. How cool is that? Okay, so this is in France. This is in France. I'm considering it. Little spot for a garden there. Some sunflowers. Look at this. So you got looks like is that the washing machine? You got the washing machine right beside the stove. I'm thinking, no, that's probably the dishwasher. Pretty badass looking house. I will say so myself. Fire? I mean, how cool is this place? This looks like the local trail or the local road to the house. All right. So, all right. I went past it. So that's the pictures. Now I'm going to do, now we're going to walk through what it's all about. And then we're going to try to guess how much sats that house is worth. And the closest guess within 30 seconds is going to be get 88 sats and crowned our trivia contest today. Trivia champ. Small off-grid stone cottage in rural central France. 62-meter square stone house. I don't know what that is in our square footage. How many feet are in a meter? Probably 3 or 4. We'll go 3. So it's like 300 square foot house. Is that right? I don't know. And you get half an acre, 0.56 acres, courtyard, garden, field, and forest. Roof fully rebuilt. It was nice looking roof. Original oak beams, preserved terracotta tiles. Off-grid solar system. No septic, which means you got to shit in the bush. And payments accepted in Bitcoin. All right, we kind of went through this already. So what do we think? What do you think this is worth for an off-grid cottage in France? How many sats? All right, we got a couple guesses here. Ian said 1.5 Bitcoin. Larry says 2 Bitcoin. Buck52 says 150 million sats, which is 1.5 Bitcoin. 0.37 Bitcoin. Somebody might be cheating here, but we can't really prove it. 625 million? That's 62 Bitcoin, Scotty. Are you nuts? I'll tell you who isn't going to win, Scotty. 62 Bitcoin for that house. No. What's this? 100 I think that's 100 million sats, 1 Bitcoin, 4 Bitcoin, 2.4 Bitcoin, 0.5 Bitcoin, half a Bitcoin. All right. The winner. The winner. Well, we'll give 10 more seconds for guesses to come in here. 10 more seconds. Hey, Ginger's here. Good morning, Ginger. A little break. Bitcoin Kitty. Larry says, buy this, have 5 Bitcoin on your cold card. Happy life with your wife off the grid. Done. Okay. The winner is Bad Gal B. 25 million sats. 25 million sats for that house. And negotiable for the right buyer. 25 million sats. And I know that seems low, but it's like as the years go by here, as Bitcoin adoption grows and grows, 25 million sats, like you're going to be able to buy a house anywhere for 25 million sats. It's the trend. We've seen houses go from 5,000 Bitcoin to 500 Bitcoin per house to 50 Bitcoin per house. And now we're at like 3 to 4 to 5 Bitcoin for the average size house. And it's going to keep going in that direction. So I know that seems kind of low, but again, it's off grid. It's in France. Probably not a huge market for this type of a house. Off grid, no shitter. So 25 million sats, but I feel like this is going to be just the start of something here. Imagine that. Imagine zapping a post on Nostr for 25 million sats. It might be hard to do. You'd have to have a lot of liquidity there. I'm guessing they won't do that deal over Lightning, which is why we spend so much time talking about layer 1, because this is where layer 1 stuff will happen. Because think about that. Somebody owns a house. Somebody has Bitcoin. Somebody wants to buy that house. They send them Bitcoin. How many people are involved with that transaction? And compare that to the fiat system. How many people would you need in a house deal? I mean, you could do it in fiat without all the bullshit, but that's, the way things usually work is you need a realtor or 2, sometimes 3. You need a lawyer or 2. You need a banker or 2. You need to involve a bunch of different people in this process. Inspector, you might want to do that anyways. You might throw them a couple sats for inspecting it, making sure that everything's working well. But yeah, that's where we're moving to. That's the world that we're heading towards. Pretty exciting. Pretty exciting what your sats are going to be worth in the future and how easy it's going to be to buy and sell with people when all the bullshit middlemen are gone. And so that's a world that I just showed you there. That's a world where people are pricing their houses in Bitcoin. That's a world where people are buying peer-to-peer. And that's a world where your sats are worth a significant amount. And so with that, the thing I like about that is there's no middleman there. If I wanted to buy this house, I would reach out. I probably wouldn't zap them 25 million sats, but I would reach out, go look at it maybe, and then send them some Bitcoin. Sign a few papers. House is mine. So in a world without middlemen, that's when trust and reputation become so important. And if this was just a random person on Nostr, I would probably just ignore it. But this Filu or Falu, whatever you want to call it, or them, he or she, but that's it. I've seen them around. I've interacted with them before on Nostr before. So they have proof of work. They have a reputation. They have my trust. And that's what you're going to need in this new world without middlemen. And that's why it's so important to be on things like Nostr. That's why it's so important to be part of some sort of community, because you can start building your trust and reputation with other Bitcoiners, because these are the people that you're going to be working with and collaborating with and transacting with in the future. So I thought that was kind of cool. Good news that you're still early, Larry. That's right. Amen to that. Ian's here. I saw Ian guess, but I didn't see Ian's good morning. Good morning, Ian. Good to see you, man. Geofencing is the use of GPS, RFID, and even Bluetooth technology to create a virtual location-specific boundary. Gotcha. But what were we talking about with that? What's the context? I don't remember that. Rod says, I like most of the Nostr content, but I find it kind of hard to navigate. Yeah, I mean, kind of what I do with Rumble myself, because there's no like, when you go into Twitter or YouTube or Instagram, they're going to show you things that you want to see. And so you don't have to think too hard. But the bad thing about that is they can also push things at you that you don't want to see. So the nice thing about Nostr is it's timeline based. So it's not like algorithm based. There's no suggested for you. It's all just timeline. So if I posted something 1 second ago, it'd be at the top of your feed. So what I usually do is sometimes I'll log into Amethyst and just kind of scroll through a little bit, interact a little bit. But most mornings I go onto like the 24-hour trending page. And you can always find some good stuff on there. That's pretty much my news source. That's my version of cracking open a newspaper in the morning like they used to do. Like my dad, my grandpa, I'm sure his grandpa or his dad before that, they would all kind of start their day at the living room table, cup of coffee, reading the newspaper. So, which is, some people probably still do that. And I wish there was a better version of that was like more localized. And that might come. That might come as AI and technology improves. That might increase the local news. But that's kind of my newspaper in the morning, is I check the 24-hour trending page on Nostr. Oh, I had to sneeze there. Had to sneeze, but it didn't come. Allergy break. My eyes would have been running for the rest of the show if I didn't blow my nose there. Winter's coming here. Winter's coming fast. And the only thing I'm looking forward to with winter, two things. Number one, less people out here, less noise, but also no more allergies. It's a nice thing about winter here. Kills all the bugs, and allergies aren't a thing for me. Crumble pushing out Frumble. Yes, that's right. Crumble pushing out Frumble. And we got another zap here from Ian, Fat Zap Friday, 2,500 sats. Thank you, Ian, my man. All right. Samantha Nakamoto says, close enough, I guess. What were we talking about? I'm behind here now. Sorry. All eyes on Jackson's Hole with Jay Powell. Nav said, good morning. You took yesterday off. Yes, I did. And I loved every second of it. Sorry about that. BTC Pleb says all the houses in the US are made with Play-Doh and styrofoam. Yeah, you ain't wrong. We're actually watching a video right now in the 365 days of Bitcoin about architecture and about the world that Bitcoiners are going to build. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool video from our guy Tour Demister, I think. So that's what we're going through right now. I'm doing a full tour on Tour. It's called the Tour. So I'm going to do about 5 or 6 videos, some stuff that Tour has been talking about for 10 years. And then I got an exciting thing coming for 365. So if you're not in there yet, you want to be. And either there or in the school that's coming very, very, very soon. But I'm still going to leave up the Living the Future community. And I'm going to have all my courses available on there. So you're going to have kind of 2 options with it. What was I going to do here? Someone was looking for the Living in the Future link yesterday. I forget who it was now. Sandy? No, not Sandy. Shelby was looking for the I sent it in the chat. I guess they must have missed it though. So that's the link to join the Living in the Future. And you actually get, you're not going to get all the 365 days of Bitcoin, but you do get like the last 100 days of 365 days of Bitcoin just by being a member at any level there. So that's something that's kind of new. We're always shaking things up. We're always shaking things up around here. All right, the guesses. Bitcoin Kitty showed up. Bad Gal B. Damn, that's cheap. Yeah, Scotty, you were pretty close. 25 million sats versus 62 Bitcoin. Pretty close. Pretty close. Ian says, buy it, Jor. What? Think I have 25 million sats? Who do you think I am? Getting scammed in the US. Yes, you are. Yes, we are. Canada's even worse than the US. Forgot it was France. Yeah, that's fair. Lower because of the outdoor bathroom. Yeah, I don't imagine too many wives would be too thrilled about no shitter. Buck52 says, I wonder what the taxes are per year. I mean, in France, probably like 50 million sat. France is a shit show. Kenya. All right, let's watch this. I thought this was really cool. Let's turn this on here. Oh shit! What'd I do? All right, so this is a video I came across on Nostr this morning, and I think you're going to enjoy it. I did. BBC News. What could go wrong? Ready? Here we go. Do we have sound? No.
An financial experiment is underway halfway around the world. In one of Africa's largest urban slums, Kibera, some roadside vegetable stands are accepting an unconventional form of payment, Bitcoin. Residents in Kibera, located in Kenya's capital, are using Bitcoin as part of a project aimed at bringing financial services to one of the nation's most impoverished and underbanked communities. From Nairobi, here's Michael Kaloki.
Early morning in Nairobi's Kibera informal settlement. A team of young men and women who are part of a waste collection group go door to door collecting garbage from the area residents. The group charges a waste collection fee for their services. Some of the residents pay the fee using the cryptocurrency Bitcoin.
I prefer to pay my garbage collection using Bitcoin because its transaction cost is really low. It's something like 0.0 something %. I've been using it for a while now and it's really convenient.
Ronnie Mdawida and his team regularly undertake what they refer to as community meetups, where residents in the area are taken through learning sessions to understand more about Bitcoin. For example, how to purchase Bitcoins using Kenya shillings. Among those who take part in these meetups are local traders from the area, a group that Ronnie says was key in encouraging the use of Bitcoin in Kibera.
For merchants to exist, we first of all needed to have people who are earning in Bitcoin, but now we also needed people who are willing to accept Bitcoin as a means of payment for it to happen.
One of those who attends the community learning sessions is Ruth Kwamboka, a local merchant in the area. Ruth now also accepts Bitcoin as a form of payment from her customers.
I own a general shop where I sell maize flour, wheat flour, bananas, oranges, and vegetables in particular. As a merchant, I have accepted this Bitcoin, and many people in my area, Kibera, also use this Bitcoin as a mode of payment, and they are able to pay for any commodity they need.
Here in the heart of Kibera, a growing number of residents are turning to cryptocurrency as a tool for economic empowerment and as an alternative to traditional financial systems that many here feel are out of reach. However, there are those who feel that caution needs to be exercised when promoting the use of cryptocurrency like Bitcoin in a community.
The challenges around volatility exist because then Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are very exposed to a lot of, external shocks for markets, and therefore there's a lot of volatility for most of these cryptos at the moment, and therefore that is a huge challenge for the people who live in informal settlements. But then again, it offers an opportunity for alternative finance and for people to be able to participate in global markets.
Ronnie Mdawida and his team at Afribit remain optimistic that the initiative will enhance the lives of the people in Kibera slum. But is Bitcoin a viable solution to financial inclusion for the residents of this informal settlement? Perhaps only time will tell. Michael Kaloki, BBC News, Nairobi.
Beautiful. Beautiful to see. What was I going to say about that? I had something I wanted to say. Shit. I don't know. It'll come to me. Oh yeah, that's what it was. So if you think about it from like a Kenyan's perspective, why would they want to transact in Bitcoin? I mean, they said that they're empowering, what was it? Empowering sovereignty, something like that, which yeah, makes sense. But you know, on the channel here and on the 365 days of Bitcoin, one thing I've been talking about is making sure that everybody has like their own elevator pitch for Bitcoin. And I actually heard Daniel talk about this yesterday too, so it's kind of top of my mind. But you should have an elevator pitch, and I think using something like this, because you have to think about why would Kenyans be using Bitcoin instead of their own native currency? The main reason is because it actually maintains its purchasing power. And we heard the economist there say, I think it was an economist, that it's too volatile. They need to be careful. It's very volatile. Is it? Is it volatile upwards? But point is that why Kenyans would want to accept Bitcoin is because it's the best store of value. It's a monetary system that cannot be debased. So when I was thinking about like what I usually tell people when I'm talking about Bitcoin, like I know everybody's different. You kind of have to tailor your conversation towards around who your audience is, who you're talking to. But like really one thing that everybody can understand, and which ties really well into like the title of the show today, which is that Bitcoin's powerful because it cannot be debased, which means that no matter how much money governments around the world print, it has no impact on Bitcoin. Regardless of how much money the governments around the world print, and they're going to be printing more because they're in a debt spiral right now. So regardless of how much they print, they cannot devalue or debase your currency. And so I think when you put it that way, it's very easy for people to understand. Nobody can print more Bitcoin. So that's a huge selling feature to no matter who you're talking to. Some people might not care that there's people in Kenya that don't have access to bank accounts. That's their that's their storyline. That's fine. Not the human mind isn't capable of understanding all of the world's problems and dealing with all the world's problems. But everybody is going through this part right now where they're suffering through money printing. And that's why I titled the show today is Inflation Only Affects Those Who Don't Understand Money. Because when you think about it that way, when you think about it like that, I right now am immune from inflation. Even though I go to the grocery store and groceries cost more money, because I store my time and energy in Bitcoin, they don't get more expensive for me. They either stay the same or they actually become cheaper for me because I understand money. I understand that when somebody prints money, that makes my money worth less. And so instead of storing my money, my time, my energy in fiat, I choose to save it in Bitcoin. And so that's why I say inflation only affects those who don't understand money, because if you understand money, then you're not holding your wealth in fiat dollars and life isn't getting more expensive for you if you understand money. And not many people do understand money. And usually when people first understand money, including myself, the first place they go is like precious metals, into gold or silver, to get some preservation of their purchasing power, because you can't print more silver, you can't print more gold. I mean, you kind of can, but it's more difficult than pressing a number on a computer. But then eventually the road leads to Bitcoin. They go from not understanding money to understanding money to storing their money in gold and silver, and then storing their wealth in Bitcoin. And anybody who's got to that point, anybody who understands money, is completely immune from inflation. Understand that. If you're holding your time and energy in Bitcoin, you are immune to inflation. It's not impacting you at all. your things might be getting more expensive, but your Bitcoin's going up in purchasing power. And we're kind of at the point now where it's much less volatile. There's much more demand. So we're not going to see any huge drops. And so I think it's safe to say for the next 10 years, if you want to be immune from inflation, just store your wealth in Bitcoin. You don't need to go overboard and put your whole portfolio into Bitcoin, but just anything you have at the end of the month, store that in Bitcoin. And then you're going to be much less susceptible and exposed to inflation. Nobody can print more Bitcoin. All right, what else we got here, folks? Oh, Miss Joe. Joe, good morning. Good morning, Joe from California. Rod says, sorry, I probably wasn't paying attention when you shared your Nostr info. Is it 88 sats? I sent you sats. All right. Cool, man. Appreciate that. I don't know where it would have went to. I don't see it here. Maybe it went on my, I don't know. I don't know where it went to. Let me know how you sent that, Rod, if you're still around. Bitcoin. Oh, I got to go. Shit. All right. I saw a question here. Larry says, can I pay living the future with sats just as well? Larry, actually just shoot me an email because the Patreon, for people who are there today, nothing's going to change, but we're kind of moving towards the school community, which you can actually pay in sats for. Right now, you cannot pay for Patreon with sats. It doesn't work with how Patreon's set up, but with school, you can. So school community is going to have 365 days of Bitcoin. It's going to have the 21-day Bitcoin journey course. It's going to have the proof of work course. It's going to have a whole bunch of other things I'm adding. And it's open now. And I'm going to start adding people probably this weekend. So if you do want to be included in that, if you want to be like the foundation part of that, you're going to get a good deal. I think I'm going to charge about the same, $8 a month as the Living in the Future. But if you join now, it's going to be about half of that if you pay in sats. So just shoot me an email, Larry, joe@bitcoincitadel.net, and I'll point you in the right direction there. Ian says you could probably send him one of your smaller UTXOs to get that house. Ian, you don't, you're a little out to lunch there. You got to remember, I started buying Bitcoin when the price was $60,000. So I had to trade a lot of fiat for what I had. I did sell my rental house. I did cash out my pension, and I sold everything in my house to buy Bitcoin, but I still didn't get that much. I would have been, if I would have been a couple months earlier, a couple months later, I would have been probably double or triple or even more the amount of Bitcoin that I have. But that's life. Looking back, when I sold my rental house, I thought I bought the top and I was a dummy. And that's how I felt for like 2 years. But now, since then, it's doubled. So if you're buying Bitcoin with a large chunk of money, you have to make sure that you're going to be there for at least 4 or 5 years. Otherwise, you're going to be probably disappointed. BTC scamming capital. Nice. Whatever the hell that means. Paulie says, I hope they sell enough veggies to pay for their cell phone data. Yeah, no doubt. Oh, we're pumping. Nice. TJ says inflation still affects you. Your savings may go up, but your income goes down in real terms. I mean, it goes down in everything. That's how it's supposed to be. Humans are becoming less valuable. Okay, Bad Galby, I got to remember to send you some sats for your win today. Just sent it. Wasn't sure if it was yours. Oh. All right. So I got to do something here real quick before we go. I got 1 minute. Shocker. August 22nd today. We got a zap for 2668 from Scotty Boy. Scotty to Audi. So that's our DCA for today. So it's about, I mean, that was before the price ran up, I guess, because it's about the same as yesterday's DCA or 2 days ago. So thank you, Scotty. And then we actually had somebody who sent in, what was it now? 17. It was a really good number. I don't know who sent it, but what a number. 17,817 sats. And I don't know who it's from. We're going to call that one Satoshi as well because nobody claimed that one. So thank you. And so far, the winner is 21K for today. And that was from Crumble. So you got 3 days. Can you all do that? We'll see. So thank you, Letha. Big zap to start the day today. Thank you, Crumble, for the fattest zap of the day. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Craig. Thank you, Ian. And thank you to whoever else sent in some sats today. I think I missed a few, but and Samantha. Samantha sent in a couple. Oh, wow. We got another one here. I'm going to be a little late to my meeting, but I want to make sure that I get the thank yous through. So yes, I did see 8,888 sats. Said sorry, wasn't sure if it was right. There it is. Okay, I got to go. Join us 2 p.m. Eastern time for the Maple Bitcoin show. I'm going to be there. Jat's going to be there. Forrest is going to be there. And it's going to be a great way to spend your day today. So 2 p.m. Eastern time, Maple Bitcoin channel. See you there. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you very much. We'll talk to you today.